Ooh, we getting real fancy with these transitions into the starts of videos now, aren't we? And speaking of fancy, I brought a friend back. But first, hello everybody, welcome back for more Let's Play Enter the Gecko. I am Hunter, and in the last part, we tackled the C-SPAN level, not the Titanic level, that's just the, you know, the title card showing it was the Titanic level. The C-SPAN stage, Gecko, which is exclusive to the Nintendo 64 version of the game. In this part, we're going to be tackling some PlayStation exclusive bonuses. That being the secret tapes, and that level over there, Mazed and Confused. So, what did I mean by bringing back a special friend? Well, I brought back a friend at the behest of a few people, by which I mean one very particular person. You know who you are. I don't need to name drop you. So I decided to dig up the old bucket of scrap and rebuild a good old friend of mine, who goes by the name of Romy. Say hello, Romy.
Hello, Hunter. It has been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while. I don't think your voice is quite right how it used to be, but like I said, it's been a while, so I had to make do with what I could do.
Yes, it has been a while. I do believe the last time you engaged in a conversation with me, you shot me.
I think that's right.
I won't forgive you for that.
I'm aware.
I hate you.
Okay, now there's no need to be upset. Listen, I can make it up to you, Roman. I'm gonna upgrade you.
You mean you haven't done so already?
No, I haven't.
Why?
I don't know. Because your OS is fine?
But I want to be better. Also, I need another cookie for your disdain and hatred toward me.
Okay, now listen, I'm not a miracle maker here, buddy. So I will upgrade you to the latest OS. Let me just do that now real quick.
Okay. I'll just shut down for a moment.
Let's get it on.
Oh dear. I've upgraded him to Windows 10. Probably shouldn't have done that, and he blue screened. Well, so much for that.
All this thanks to Miracle Girl.
You said it, Gex. Anyway, after that aside, we'll deal with the bucket of bolts later. Yes. We are now pursuing the secret tapes located in the PlayStation version of this game. And I'm pretty sure only in this version of the game, because I don't recall any such thing in the N64 version through what little I played of it and what little memory I have of it. So, yeah, that's a thing. Also a thing is this goddamn section again. I hate this section still. So, yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the levels, again, even though you've seen them before, just to show you when and where you get the tapes. And a somewhat sequential order, and also to pad out the video because I have nothing else really to do in this, and I kind of want to make the finale feel finale-y. So, yeah, there we go. That's a thing. That's a thing we're gonna have to do. But yeah, these boulders, still hate them. Still hate the fact that that makes my life bar appear at the top of the screen for the majority of the part, but hey. I did surprisingly better that time, unlike my first run through of the level that I did with live commentary, which was absolutely atrocious. Also, I'm gonna note something about this part later that's hilarious. So yeah, what the secret tapes are little snippet FMVs that play after you beat the level with them in hand. And that's pretty much about it. It's kind of like getting the equivalent of a movie clip in a movie tie-in game of this era. So, you know, it's nothing too remarkable. Although I will contest that at least for those, it's kind of like a neat little thing, as many people, by the way, I mean one person by the name of Cadet Chris has pointed out, it's kind of a neat little thing, because most often those movies came out before the movies did on home video, in whatever form it would have been at the time, whether it be VHS or DVD. So, it's neat in that regard. But, I don't know, these secret tapes ain't nothing remarkable. Just throwing that out there right now. Anyway, we're jump cutting to this obnoxious section of the level, and I go back here to show you something. You know that second screen transition we did? You know, the one where there's that sign? Yeah, you could just long jump over here and do a damage burst and just screw the entire section of the level.
The natives will trade you 4 of their women for the girl with the golden hair.
What? Excuse me. That's random. Right. Anyway, time to dialogue to this section, which, by the way, the tape is located in this section of the level. I would know because I've been here, and I've watched this footage somewhat. You must be this tall to ride the bone raft. No getting off this wild ride, that's for certain. So, yeah. This is the second to last part of the game, by the way. Forgoing any bonus video I might never do for this, because I think all that would be left to show off is maybe cheat codes. I can tell you right now, I don't know any off the top of my head, and I don't recall them being as interesting as the ones in Gex 3. Also, the lava acted like I just dropped into a bottomless pit in Mario 1. And I think Gex said something there, but it was probably something I already said, and I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. If not, I'll go back and damage boost. I'll go back and give it a boost later as I repeat the clip after this.
Add 1 million years, 2 white tigers, and we're at Siegfried and Roy. Wilma!
And that was just him shouting Wilma. I don't think that needs to be boosted. Okay, yeah, I'm boosting that boost too. There's probably a lot in this area level that I need to boost. I don't even remember if I boosted those lines before, but heck it. Anyway, this section still sucks. Like a lot. Thankfully, at least you have some rescue in the form of, you know, slight invincibility when getting bounced about in the lava. Otherwise, yeah, heck you. Anyway, after I burnt my ass, I can tell you that beyond this section right here is where the tape is. Unfortunately, I don't think I have the, yeah, I die.
And this is just one of the 40,000 rooms in Aaron Spelling's house.
Again, I don't know what is with Gex and Aaron Spelling, but he certainly likes talking about them. But yeah, secret tape of this stage is located here, in this little dark room.
My doctor said my Manta.
Again, I don't know what you said. I'll give it a boost later and I can probably decipher it and then I'll have a giggle because it's probably something I will not understand. Pretty sure. Yeah, pretty sure. Anyway, here's the first secret tape. By secret tape, I mean it's a clapboard, not a tape. And the eyes just float there because they're a separate model. Because of course they do. Now another thing to note,
Fire in the hole!
pretty sure you can't die after this point. Otherwise you have to get the tape again. So that's fun. Leaps of faith are also fun, but not good game design, so don't put them in your game, people. Just throwing that out there. If you're gonna, at least make some clear indication that you're going where you think you're going. And not like I could swim anyway, sign. Not like I could anyway. I'm talking about sign. I need help. Desperately. Anyway, I'm just trying to, you know. Also, something else that I should note right now is that there's an awful lot of dynamic music changes in Gex 2 that I didn't actually quite notice until I was going back through some of my older videos, and it's quite nice. I mean, there's a couple that I always note, like when you do the scaffolding climbing section in the second Toon TV level, that there's that bit where it's like it goes all brassy, but you know, nothing like this, where you're getting precariously close to the end and the music really ramps up the fact that it's getting really dangerous, and yeah, it's probably one of the trickiest sections in the entire game. And at this point, it's just say heck and take the damage and run. Anyway, with that level beaten, we get our first clapboard and our first secret movie. Let us watch.
You cut up his brain, you bloody baboon!
Did you like that? Good, there's 2 more after it we gotta endure. To be fair though, I think that one's the worst of all because that one's just like, what? Why is he in a jail cell? Why is he in there? Why? He's making a Planet of the Apes reference, I think. Because that sounds like, something that the main character of that movie had said, not remember, I haven't seen that movie. But, you know, it sounds like something he'd say in that tone of voice too, so yeah. Anyway, this hellhole again. Gotta find the secret clapboard here. Oh boy.
No, 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 I wanted the pit there and the pendulum there.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, time to endure this hellhole again.
A lot of telling.
Because there's, you know, in all of these secret station levels, there's at least one. Well, there is one. There's only one. There's not at least. There's only one secret tape, clapboard, whatever have you. I think in Gex 3 they are actually tapes, but in this game they're clapboards. Because, yes. Because, you know, movies. But I guess come Gex 3, home video VHS stuff was a lot more popular, so they decided to market on that.
Pat, I'll take the floating chair for 200 and the rest on account.
Because, yes. Also, I'm guessing because of the, hi Dev, I'm guessing because of the home video craze at the time, is why instead of clapboards, they included VHS tapes in Gex 3 instead of, you know, clapboards. Anyway, secret tape is down here. You wouldn't think it, but it's down here. Which is why this is just a precarious hole in the middle of the map. It's not because there's a bottomless pit there, no, it's because there's a secret clapboard. And no, you cannot exit the level, you have to go through the whole goddamn thing without dying.
Hey, forget about it.
At least that's how I think it works. That or you just can't exit the stage. It's not like the, you know, the hidden remotes, the silver hidden remotes. You have to actually beat the level. Which is unfortunate because I hate the stage. So that's a thing. Still one of my least favorite stages in the whole game. Still will contest that this stage can just die. In fact, if I was being really rude, I would say that this stage is the sole reason I stopped LPing for a good 2+ years. But I'm not, because that's petty and stupid. But at the same time, it would be a hilarious bit. And a good, hyperbolous, comparison to how annoying this level is that, okay, enough about that. We can rant and rave all we want about how much I hate this stage, but it will not do us any good because it doesn't get us anywhere. What I can instead talk about is something as an aside, is that, you know, despite Gex's one-liners having little to no place anywhere, as far as I can tell, like, the references he makes are dated even for the time, and are very, well, out there for the time.
Now that's what I call getting some tape.
Even if some of them are just completely nonsense, like celebrity of current pop culture fame plus funny thing equals yes. As I stated before, that's what I feel like most of the comment boils down to, because I don't feel like he said the thing that comes from a movie. And also a book, but maybe not the book. I haven't read the book, would not know. But even though most of his one-liners and non sequiturs basically boil down to that, I feel like the concept of having a character chime in as infrequently, or maybe frequently, I don't know, what's the frequency of Gex's one-liners, or something like, say, Bubsy. Something like that. I don't know, I feel like the chiming in of a character like that to just spout something to, you know, change things up a bit, or rather to, you know...
It's only a flesh wound.
That's a Monty Python reference. I understand that one, because it's Monty Python and everybody knows that movie. See, like, okay. I feel like the idea of Gex and or mascot characters that just chime in and make a haha funny every once in a while is kind of charming-ish in a way. Like, I don't know, it's kind of cute, I suppose, and it adds some kind of. I'm thinking of the word. I'm trying to think of the word. Charm?
Eat this.
Charm. Sure, let's go with charm for the time being until I can think of the right word. Because I'm pretty sure that's not the right word. Also, I die here in a moment, so let's just let that happen. By which I mean I don't. Ignore the laughter in the background. This house has walls as thin as paper. Amazing jump cut. Anyway. What was it? Yeah, the idea of said, you know, that being a thing, I don't know, I find that kind of charming in the same sense of, you know, how PlayStation 1 textures jitter about like they don't have a goddamn clue what's going on. Which is why I tend to gravitate towards PlayStation versions of multi-platform games of that era, as opposed to the N64 versions, even though I grew up with that particular console more. Particularly because the kind of lower quality of the models and the textures and all that stuff kind of it's cute. It's cute, okay? It's cute. Put that on a label. Market it if you would. It's cute. So, you know, that. Plus, I think playing through the PlayStation version of Gex 2 has made me realize that...
Make julienne fries?
Has made me realize that even though Gex can be kind of random with his non sequiturs, the ones that they have in this version exclusively are far better than any of the ones they decided to keep in the N64 version of Gex 2, which is shocking that they cut out the good ones. But whatever. New secret movie.
Ancient Chinese secret, huh?
Okay, I lied. That one was also pretty bad. What? A part of me feels like they could have just gone full force and just made a karate quote, have him quote Karate Kid, but or maybe they didn't. It's been a while since I've seen Karate Kid, and he was making a, oh whatever. Anyway, that's the second. So now we move on to the main attraction that doesn't even take up half of this video, which is that level on the right over there, which costs 12 gold remotes. Amazed and Confused, the first of the proper Resopolis-themed stages, even though this is a secret station level. Now, even though I hover over this one, we're gonna see the intro to the one I actually do, because I like that little editing trick I did in the C-SPAN level, because it was cool and cute. Also, haven't the chance to make it, but this music bops.
500 channels and still nothing on.
Ain't that a fucking mood. Anyway, yeah, no, I love this theme. This is probably my favorite theme in the entire game. Also, welcome to Resopolis. Please die carefully. Oof.
The horror.
Apocalypse Now reference. Yeah, but yeah, this level theme is a bop. And it honestly contains one of my favorite of the little subtle, like, music changes that, you know, when you're going through a specific section, the music changes ever so slightly. Like, I think this is one of my favorite ones just because of how subtle it is. I don't know, I just like this. I like endgame Gex aesthetic a lot more than I should, except for Gex 3, because that one was just space. They didn't really have this aesthetic, which is kind of a letdown, honestly. But, you know.
Tasted bad on the outside.
You know, I think this is, yeah, I like this. And also, Planet Res in Gex 1, which eventually I'll get to. Hopefully within the next decade, please. Because Gex 1's endgame is actually quite notorious.
One for me and one for me.
Even though I think this is probably one of the more difficult stages in this game, nothing in this game is about as difficult as endgame in Gex 1, which, oh boy, that is quite difficult. Not sure if it's because of my lack of expertise in Play 2D games, or if it's because it is actually genuinely difficult, or what, but yeah, Gex 1 ends in, well, in an appropriate manner. It just goes. It just accelerates into chaos with how difficult it gets. I'm not sure if I'm being hyperbolous or not, but whatever.
Welcome to the only thing more evil than IRS headquarters.
Get it? Because yes. Also, no thinking and mind your own business. Such as the ways of a dystopian, you know, level. Also, this background, I was thinking about this while I was making sure that the editing of this part was fine and stuff, but you know what this background reminds me of? It reminds me of Total Recall. Again, I feel like I've mentioned that movie once before, but I like Total Recall. Like, a lot. Like, a lot. Not sure about the original book, but, I'm pretty sure that it's hailed as a pretty decent adaptation. Maybe probably isn't. I mean, it's got Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. And that's bound to be ham.
At least I'm not at the DMV.
Now let me in slide to the left. Let me in slide instead. Well, so much for that New Year's resolution of ensuring that I don't slur my words, and yes, enjoy that police car. Which is probably not even a police car, I think it's an ambulance. I couldn't really tell if my blinds are closed. But yes, professionalism. You have come here to enjoy none of it, because I don't have any. So yeah, Total Recall. This is the topic of today because, yes, there's actually another one. I almost forgot about it, but don't worry, I didn't forget about it. I don't know, there's something about that movie that I just like. And no, it has nothing to do with the three-titted alien lady. Nothing to do with her. And I'm being serious, dude. That's like 1 minute of the movie, people. Come on. That seriously can't be the defining moment of that movie. The defining moment of the movie is 2 weeks.
So how long do you plan to stay on Mars?
2 weeks.
Everybody loves that part of the movie. At least I hope they do. Because that part of the movie is hilarious as far as I'm concerned. And every time somebody says 2 weeks, I just always end up quoting that aspect part of the movie. Just like, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
You know, it's great. I don't know. It's probably some of my favorite honorable one-liners too. Like, actually, no, it doesn't have the best ones, but, you know, screw you is pretty on point. As he's drilling a hole into Benny, which is, you know, hilarious, and I don't care, I'm spoiling a movie that's 2 decades old, oh no. Actually, it's almost 2.5 decades old now, probably even more than that. I'm going to put faith in myself that I know when that movie came out and say 2.5 decades is a pretty accurate assumption of when it came out. And yet, I haven't seen True Lies, which is what people say is probably the best technical Arnold Schwarzenegger movie and actually being a good movie that isn't schlocky, you know, nonsense. For better or worse. But yeah. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you where the secret tape is.
Terminator, phone call for a Mr. Terminator.
There he is. What is... Okay, now we're back to this again. No, I was trying to find reason in that out in SyKhotic, but heck it, I don't want to bother piddling about that. Anyway, how many times have I said the word anyway? Yeah, you already said that. I want somebody to run through all of my videos and see how many times I said anyway after finishing up a, you know, a thing. What is it? A line of thought? A line of thought. Yep, that's what they're called. Also, did I ever tell you that this part is annoying? Because it kind of is. But also, going back a slight bit to that part I mentioned earlier regarding the slight music change. I think the drums, when you're going through the more open sections of the level, where, you know, you're not trapped in the goddamn maze, I think the drums are a little bit more pronounced, which is very, very subtle. And I don't think I actually picked that up. Unless it isn't actually different and I'm just going insane, which is nothing new. But, yeah. Anyway, going back to that, see, I'm doing it again. I'm doing it again. I hate...
Regain balance.
Couldn't agree more. Okay. Going back to what I mentioned before about that section with the beams, yeah, no, that part is annoying. It's a similar issue to what I have with the jump pads in the name of the level is not coming to mind. The second Kung Fu Theater level that I can't remember the name of right now. Wish I could, but I can't. Samurai Night Fever, I believe it was. I hope it was anyway. Yes, I want to say it was. Otherwise, that was the name of the first level, and I made a big oopsie. Anyway, much like the problem. I said it again. Don't think I didn't notice it. Much like my issue with that level and its jump pads, it just feels unnatural. Moon. It feels unnatural jumping across the beams, even though they are moving you forward. It feels like the momentum isn't there. Also, here's the tape. Want to see me get it in an alternate dimension where it's louder? Well, there you go. Enjoy. Hope it was good. Because there it is. But yeah, so the reason why I did that is because originally the footage of me going back and do these levels and getting all the tapes was actually part of the finale. My thought process of doing it that way was in a similar sense to why I put the baby kicking. God, this sounds so weird out of context. The baby kicking. I'm gonna have to finish my thought completely and not just stop at baby kicking. Because that sounds really bad.
Phone call for a Mr. Terminator.
And trust me, it is kind of stupid. And it sounds pretty bad. But no, baby kicking sections in Money Switch Force 2. There we go. Ah! There we go, I finished my thought, hooray! Well, yeah, I put the, that whole roundup and doing all that at the end of Money Switch Force 2, and I thought, hey, I'll do a similar thing here with the secret clapboards. And
That's not in the script.
yeah, well, I mean, it was in the script, but I changed the script because I'm George Lucas. And it rhymes, it's like poetry. And quotes are funny when you make them out of nowhere. Right, Gex? Right. Correct. Excellent. Outstanding, amazing. Anyway. I'm gonna lose my cool if I keep doing that. Because I keep doing that and I need to stop. Okay. So we're coming up at the end of the level. I know this was kind of a non-part, because I basically just babbled on for like 26 plus minutes, but yeah. I'm surprised that I managed to get through without even thinking about how long the part has been going on for.
Open the blast door! Open the blast door!
Open those damn blast doors. Break your teeth. Bust those teeth. Bust those teeth wide open. Listen to those dogs bark. Look at this brain that hurts you if you touch it! Which, yes, it hurts you if you touch it. That was weird. We will never speak of it again. Let's not say we did. Now, even though it doesn't show it, trust me, I got the clapboard. Here's the secret movie.
Lock and load, little lizard.
Now, see, that's probably actually the best secret movie, simply due to the fact that it actually explains the quote-unquote laser remote that Gex is often seen with in promo art. You know, the one that looks like it's imitating James Bond's gun. So that's pretty cool.
Screens up.
And that is a reference I feel like I probably should know and clap at, but I don't. Because I feel like that is something that is actually well known enough that I shouldn't feel embarrassed to not know about. Okay, hold on. Rewind that. Repeat what you said properly. Okay. What I meant to say was I feel like that is a reference I should know because the reference, the movie or thing that it is referring to is probably relatively well known and I should feel embarrassed that I don't know what it is. There we go. Now you're putting words together into coherent sentences. Sort of. Ish. Anyway. Stop doing that, please. Okay. I swear to God, if I say that word one more time, I'm just gonna stop the commentary. So because of that, I'm gonna use different ways to segue into other sentences. As a result, I have lost my train of thought. Good, great, grand, amazing. No, but seriously, where was I? What was I thinking about? Right, the second remote of this level. And also the fact that I probably should have stopped and taken a look at these things because they're probably containing haha funnies. But I didn't because I forgot to. Cut me some slack. I recorded this like 3 years ago. People, okay? Come on. Please. Well, not 3 full years ago, but almost 3 years ago.
Access dog duty.
Meow. Yep. And you know, in hindsight, the person who did suggest this, you know, it makes sense that we're kind of doing it this way. Considering that, I'm actually debating about changing the order of focus. Actually, I haven't recorded the commentary for the next part yet, so I'm gonna do one more thing. So, the last 3 things we have to do for this LP are do the last 2 Rosopoulos levels, one of which is not technically a Rosopoulos level, it's Channel Z, and that's the Final Boss Against Res. The first of which,
This is
before
where
it
they decided
comes,
to change code.
I'm highlighting that quote later, so that's why I'm not loosening it up now. The first level we're doing in the next video is No Weddings and a Funeral, which is technically the first Resopolis level you're supposed to do, and the only one in the N64 version. And also a bonus stage, the last one, which contains dev faces, because of course it does. The question I have for you today, which do I do first? Because I'm saving the final boss for the... and because, you know, final boss. Fancy transition. Anyway, whatever it is, next time we're going to be starting with one of those two things, whether it be here or there. So, yeah, next time will be the finale of Enter the Gecko. It only took me about 3 fucking years, but we're finally there, people! So until then, see you later, and goodbye.